Moving on to Toolkit, the how-to guide to some of the most common and easily missed startup queries. Today we're going to take a look at how to design a logo. That's right, the image and words that define everything about your startup. A logo is the first thing a person sees on your website, on your business cards, and of course on your letterhead. So how can something so small be so important? Prashant Rajkhowa tells us more.
When people say a picture's worth 1,000 words, these are the pictures they were talking about. But what I want to know is, should startups focus on their logos? Don't they have other more monumental things to worry about, like raising capital or making an elevator pitch? I took these questions to Karan Anshuman, creative director at Dreamscape Media, a 10-year-old interactive web agency that enables online businesses.
It is in every sense the first impression that you are going to create in your client's mind about your product.
And Karan should know about getting your logo right. They've changed their logo half a dozen times over the last decade to keep up with the changing nature and focus of their company. Speaking from experience then, what would you say startups need to keep in mind when designing their logo?
One, that it should sort of represent what your company is about. It should not be completely out of sync. The second important thing is the scalability of the logo. I mean, it's just, don't think business cards, don't think letterheads. You want to eventually put on a truck, you would eventually want to see it on a billboard. Simplicity. People should get it in the first go. I think that's important for a logo, and it's memorable if it's simple. Always try and put your name into as part of your logo, because as a startup, you want to convey as much information as you want possible to the client that you're meeting. Always go to a professional logo creator, someone who has done good work, see his work. Do not try to impose upon him or her who's doing your logo, because you give them all the brief you want and tell them about yourself and talk to them, but let a professional handle it.
A professional logo designer like our man Sanket Avlani perhaps. Part of FoxyMoron, a 2-year-old startup creative agency, he believes in getting it right from the start. So we got him to put his money where his mousepad is.
When we were asked to design the logo for a company called Parjanya is a Sanskrit word which means a mentor cloud. So the idea was to depict the meaning of the name inside the logo. So we started off with using a lot of clouds and a little bit of a vector plus a Web 2.0 feel to the whole logo. But the feedback was that the attention should not be on the clouds, but more on the wordmark and the meaning of the name. We thought of removing a few clouds, which didn't work as well. After having gone through all these ideas, they all got rejected. We finally came up with this option, which was accepted immediately, because if you look closely to the option, and when I cover this part, you see that the mentor is blessing the mentee, which is the idea of the entire website, where there is a perfect interaction between the mentees and the mentors.
Oh, and if you're worried about all this costing a lot, don't. Because a good logo is about design, not the money you throw at it.
Okay, the color was new. It was like the color of the season, the lime that they've used. But the communication isn't clear. They haven't even come up with an explanation for the logo that I know of. It's more, it looks like an organism which is being born out of something. It looks like that, but it didn't do anything for me, because I think the previous logo was very effective and it looked more, say, royal than the one that they have right now.
It's kind of baffling in terms of the fonts they have used. The A, the big A on top is curved, which has a 2.0 feel to it, but the rest of the logo doesn't. And it just does not seem to have that cohesiveness that you would want to see a logo represent a company that size.
Moral of the story then, your logo is important. You should give a lot of attention to your logo design and the creative process behind it. Because your logo is your first impression. Make sure it's a good one.
So take out your business card and think about whether you answered all those questions and ideas when looking at that image. That picture is supposed to say a lot of things and you need to make sure it's saying the right things.